Hello, good afternoon. Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Welcome to the Digital Marketing Podcast and video, where we talk about digital marketing strategies to help grow your business. Today, we're going to talk about how can small businesses compete with Fortune 500 brands, the 100X factor. So what we want to talk about is, what is the value of brand awareness? If you think about in your industry, who are the household names? I think the idea of a household name had to have been coined, during the 50s when many brands made, or in the early 40s when many brands made the shift from radio to television, and the television ad campaign and brands of the world like Procter and Gamble and some of the others really began to flood the airwaves with their branding campaigns. And then you had names that literally brands that became household names. So if you are a small credit union, how can your brand have the recognition of a large bank, a Fortune 500 bank like Chase or Bank of America? Now, again, I get it. It's not apples to apples. You have federal charters versus state charters and so on. But the point is there a way for your brand, your small business, regional business, to be able to compete with Fortune 500 companies? I think there is. But we got to think about, first of all, how did they get there? How did they become Fortune 500 companies? Well, they spent a lot of money on advertising. They spent a lot of money in infrastructure. They spent a lot of money in, possibly buying real estate, locations, employees, staff. Now, obviously, if you're a small business, you're not going to compete on some of those levels. But something has changed, because over the last 4 decades, the way that Fortune 500 companies became household names and were labeled Fortune 500 companies, the rules of that game have changed. I think in one great example of that would be Wish. For those of you who may or may not be familiar with Wish, depending on who you talk to, would say that they have revenue somewhere between $6 billion and $12 billion in gross revenue in 2018. And they contribute their success, and 95% of their advertising dollars are segmented or earmarked, if you will, for digital marketing. Facebook and Instagram specifically, obviously retargeting being a large part of that, and email marketing being another component of that. So here's a company who's definitely competing when it comes to online retail shopping and producing, pretty significant results when it comes to generating revenue dollars. And they've done it on the back of really the internet. And I think that is absolutely what has changed the game. And I think that every brand, including yours, has the opportunity, has the same access to the same platform that Chase has, to the same platform that, let's say you are a small clinic, and you're trying to compete with MD Anderson Hospital, or the Mayo Clinic. I mean, these are household names in healthcare. Or when it comes to education, if you are, a small school in a rural area and trying to compete with Harvard or Princeton, or again, who are the leaders in your industry segment, and can you compete with them? And I would venture to say and argue to say that yes, you actually can. Here's the thing. It's going to take a lot of digital sweat equity. Let me put it to you this way. If you let's say that you found yourself, I think about the show, My 600-Pound Journey. It's a TV show, reality TV show, about an individual who is trying to go through sort of the weight loss process, who began at 600 pounds. Imagine the idea of being able to lose 100 pounds. Think about how daunting that task might feel like. Imagine what a challenge, what a uphill battle it would be to try to lose 100 pounds. Well, the reason why I pick 100 pounds is because the 100 X factor is something that I think is actually attainable when brands talk about and think about your digital footprint on the social web, and how you can elevate your brand, and have the opportunity to position yourself in front of a Fortune 500 company. So here's the thing, guys. Many of those Fortune 500 companies are not leveraging the internet. They are not leveraging social. Again, I think it's evidence of the podcast that we did earlier this week about the massive amounts of Fortune 500 companies closing thousands and thousands of stores in the financial sector, in retail sector, healthcare sector. No brand is immune to the disruption that's happening because of our internet-based, consumer-driven ecosystem that we are in the middle of. So I want to challenge you. If you are listening and you are a regular subscriber to the Digital Marketing Podcast by Digital Ops, I want you to join with me and take this 100-day challenge. Over the next 100 days, I want you to take the 100X Factor challenge by posting on social media and any internet-based interface, whatever that might be. Post 100 pieces of content. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Michael, you have absolutely lost your mind. Well, guys, do you know what it costs you to do that? $0. It costs your time. I mean, think about when you're sitting waiting for the next commercial to load, or think about when you are, waiting in line for your order to come in, or think about all the downtime that you have in between. And an original piece of content, it's not like you've got to create this George Lucas video experience. I mean, literally a tweet or 10 tweets in a day, or 10 Facebook posts, or 10 Instagram posts, or 10 Snapchats. Now, when we go into talking about blog posts and video content and podcast, that's a little bit more difficult. However, here I am. I've been posting these daily videos, podcast episodes for the last, I think I'm on month 11 actually, Monday through Friday. Now, a couple of weekdays there where we've got some holidays, we will skip an episode and take some time to be with my family and friends and those who are close to me. But for the most part, consistently, Monday through Friday, I post these episodes and videos for folks to be able to, small businesses to be able to gain strategies and insights to help grow their business. So I want to challenge you, use the hashtag 100X 100 days, right? And we're going to see if we can't get this thing fired up and rolling, because I think that individuals who represent small businesses, if they'll join me and take this challenge and post 100 pieces of content for the next 100 days, I guarantee you will see brand lift, new business opportunity, and really become a practitioner of what it's going to take in order for your small business to compete at the Fortune 500 brand level without having to spend Fortune 500 dollars. Guys, that's my insight. That's my challenge for you today. I hope that you will take me up on that challenge. I'm going to get started today. Make today the first day of the 100X 100-day challenge. Again, my name is Michael Wynn. I'm the Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.